Okay. Uh, just waiting for the stream to appear on YouTube. Yep, there it is. Okay. So, excuse the scuffling noise for the moment while I get the camera height and angle set up. Sorry. Sorry. That there. Tighten that up. Like that. Don't know if everybody can hear me. Hello, here I am. I'm going to try and move OBS over to a screen where I can see it. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, that went reasonably well. Still trying to work out a shot. Somewhere there. Yep, just going to double check that you can hear me, so bear with me. Still trying to work out, yep, that's fine, you probably heard that a little bit, but that's okay. So, yeah, hello. Welcome to the layout renovations, I suppose. So I'm going to be sodding around with Lorbarrow today. I have some new track. This isn't all of it, by the way. There is more of it. You probably saw that lying around on top of the layout. I've also got some polystyrene here. It's covered in hair because I've just blown out my hair. So this is going to be going on the layout surface, and then the track is going to go on top of that. So I'll pan round again so you can see there. So you can see just over here I have done a little bit of prototyping. I have a set of points with holes cut for the point motors, then sort of pushed through the polystyrene a bit. I'm going to try if I can find a better place to put this lamp, because lighting in this room, as you can see, is absolutely diabolical. So let's see if I can't find somewhere to put this. I should have set this all up before, but I've only literally just made the decision to start streaming. So soz guys. I think I'm going to put the lamp over the back. I'm thinking somewhere there, like that. How's that look? Yeah, that looks alright. Get rid of my nail varnish remover. Okay, so I'm just going to spam the stream key if I can find where it is. Right, let me fiddle around a moment, bear with. I learnt this the hard way. Right, okay, so Control C and Control V. Wait for the preview, there we go. Put that there. And spam it there as well. I currently don't know if there's anyone watching for the moment, but I will know shortly. I'll put it in. Oh, I can't put it in there because for some reason they've muted me because they're fucking stupid. Okay, I'll put it in that group instead then. See if I care. Come on. Alright, that's the link shared. Whoops. Send that to Mark. Right, put Facebook over there. And I'm also going to zoom out a little bit on the YouTube homepage, their stream page. Okay, right. So as you can see, I've prototyped where the track is intended to go. It's still very dark in here. Let's try and open the curtains a bit more. I don't know if that's going to make any difference or not. No, sorry, I'll have to put up with terrible lighting. So as you can see, I've prototyped roughly where the track is planned to go. We've got the main line running around here off camera. And then you've got two sidings here, one which will be a kind of goods siding, and the other you can probably see, maybe if I move some of the bigger, bulkier things out of shot. Can you see now? Here? Yeah. I've got an inspection pit, Pico inspection pit that I put together this morning. So that's going to be for loco maintenance. That's going to be a very small shed. At least that's the theory. Anyway, so the first step, obviously, is to pick up all of the track, keep it as together as I can, so I don't end up misplacing it or putting it in the wrong place. Then I've got to clear, or at least move, all of this crap. So this might be a very long live stream. I've no idea how long I'm going to keep going for. Probably until I get bored. But I will... I'll try my best to keep you lot entertained as much as possible. So let's start gently breaking down these track panels. So just for reference, the track I'm using is mostly all Pico sap track. So you can see here are the fourth radius curves. They come in short sections, and I've put them both together to make a double curve. Just going to bring the camera out a little bit more so you can see my face. Hello. So I've got a few of these, and I have some slightly like obscure sectional track as well, set track, sorry. So I'm going to bring my chair over here actually and put the track on that. So this here is the bay platform, which hopefully should be long enough for a 2-car DMU that I've got, a Derby lightweight unit, and potentially, still itchy from having my hair cut. I should have changed my t-shirt, but can't really do that. Well, I suppose I could do it. I'll just hide behind the camera, I suppose. Yeah, I'm using set track on all of the curves. That is primarily to make sure that it will all fit on the board properly. All of the straight track, minus one small section, is going to be flex track. So I'll remove these pieces of point work. So I've got a 3-way point here. Come on, there we go. So a 3-way point leading into the yard and sidings. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, where's my paper track plan? So that's roughly what the track plan is hopefully going to look like by the end of this live stream, potentially. Ignore the blue bit down here. That was going to be where a river went, but I'm now going to change the position of the river, so ignore that entirely. But everything else is as accurate as it can be. Red lines indicate where the baseboard joins together, and the black line here indicates where the scenic break is going to be for the storage loops at the back here, the 3 storage loops. So you can see I've got the 2 sidings here, the 3-way point, and then that's fed by a right-hand point. I'm looking at this backwards in the camera. So that's the plan, and hopefully I'm able to do it correctly. So let's Let's lift these sidings out. So most of the track is using 3rd and 4th radius. The tightest curve on the scenic section I think is 3rd radius, I'm not sure. This ST238 section I think that I've got to get the track in the yard nice and straight, I think is the tightest on the scenic section. I'm not sure, let's have a look. Ooh, that looks blunter actually. Lining it up with the 4th radius curves there, you can see it doesn't quite line up properly, so that means that it's less sharp than 4th radius, which is interesting. So that's all good. Right, that's most of the track I think. So there's some over here. I don't know how well you can hear me over here, because obviously there's no way of actually being able to tell. So there's the other 4th radius curves at the other end of the layout. We still don't have anyone watching, which is unfortunate. Let's refresh Facebook. No, let me check Discord for a moment. I thought I had Discord open. I must have accidentally closed it because I'm stupid. Why don't I put it in links? Would make sense, wouldn't it? There we go. And I'll put it in marks as well because I can. Why not? Alright, I'm just going to carry on, and then if people turn up when I'm going, then they turn up. If they don't, then they don't. So that's the track for getting into the fiddle yard. And then here is the point work, so you can see I've got 2 curved points to get into the fiddle yard, and they will be joined something, I forget which way around they go, but it's on the track plan anyway. So, and then obviously whatever is at that end of the fiddle yard is mirrored at this end of the fiddle yard as well, or storage loops rather. It's not really a fiddle yard, it's more of a storage area, to be perfectly honest. But it's essentially the same thing. So while I've got the point work in my hands, the foam that I'm using is roughly 1 inch thick. I think it's slightly under, if I can find my tape measure, it's slightly under 1 inch, I think. Oh yeah, very, very slightly under 1 inch. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but it's just... No, you can't, because I can't hold it properly up to the camera. So you can see there, it's just under the 3. So it's just under 1 inch thick. And that is about enough for a point motor to fit. You can see it's quite a tight fit. So I've had to chop or grind the end of the drive pin off of the point motor there to make sure that it fits flush on the baseboard surface. I'm going to have to neaten up the wiring as well on some of them, namely this one, I think. So hopefully they should be able to fit a little something. Loosen that off. Little something like that without interfering with the baseboard surface. At least that's the theory, anyway. Whether that's actually going into practice, I don't know. But someone's commented. Tinky Tonks says bruh, and I'm gonna say what in return. Hello, Tinky Tonk Productions. Interesting name, but you're welcome all the same, I guess. I just rhymed unintentionally. Well done. So I'm going to start with this board here. So I think I'm just going to push most of this stuff back or to the right to get it out of the way while I mark things out. So these lengths of flex track here are for the fiddle yard. They're going right over the back. As you can see, they are not exactly the neatest of pieces of track, which is why they're going over the back. I mean, this one's got polystyrene stuck to the back of it, so that's why they're going over the back of the layout, because they're nasty, and I don't want to see that shit in the scenic section. Looks like Mark has commented. There's a few people commenting now. I'm in class, so I'm a head out. I scared him off. Well done, Mark. You scared off my viewers. Right. I'm going to move some of the more awkward things. This, interestingly, while I've got it, is my chassis prototype. So for those of you familiar with Project 5-inch, this is the prototype chassis that I made out of plywood. It doesn't look very impressive. That's because it's not. But that is roughly the length of the chassis for my 5-inch gauge petrol electric loco that I'm supposed to be constructing. That's what that is. I use it as a doorstop because it fits under the door quite nicely. So, you know, facts that nobody cares about. Box for an Airfix Spitfire Mark 1. I've got a hot glue gun as well now, which is somewhere there. So that I'll be using for the polystyrene, I expect, to fix that in place. Mark says, the ones that came from my Discord. Yeah, probably. So here we go. I've got some more. I've definitely got enough flex track. Plenty of it lying around the place. Most of it is in fairly good condition. This bit's looking a bit grotty. In fact, it's stuck together at this end entirely. So that's probably why I've discarded that bit. I will just confirm, Mark, can you actually hear me all right? And how do things sound when I go down this end of the room? Am I still able to be heard properly? I don't know. I don't have any way of checking properly. Yes, that's 00 gauge Percy. Get over it. I guess what I should have done really was prepared a bit more. So I've got lots of tools lying around the place still. Sound is perfect. Well, that's good. That's what I like to hear. I'm doing something right. Ah, okay. All right. This is a bit of a giggle. I'll show you this box here. I'm procrastinating slightly, and I'm still trying to go over the plan in my head. Camera, can you not? Okay. So this box is supposed to be sort of random sections of chopped up flex track. So I've got you know, broken pieces that have one rail on them. It's just a box full of odd lengths, sort of odds and sods that I've used over the years. There's a set track point there with a motor on it, so I expect that came off of my layout at my mother's house at some point. I've got some wall plugs for some reason, not wall plugs, plugs, and I've got a little sort of meme thing that I made that I thought was quite amusing. But yeah, when I get any odd lengths of flex track, I just dump it in this box and keep it. And as you can see, I have quite a collection now. I've had it over a period of different layouts. Wow, this piece came off the layout at my mother's house. This was the joining piece at the station. That's some history there. So any odd lengths that I get throughout the track laying process today, they'll go in this box here. Not that anyone cares. Right. Sorry for the noise as I rearrange the camera angle here. I'm trying my best. Something like that. I'll probably need to bring it up a little bit. I don't know if my face... Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so things I'm going to need. I'm going to need the power supply for my hot wire foam cutter, and that is my hot wire foam cutter there. It's a fantastic piece of kit. I've got some cream that I don't use. I've got some paint and a drill. So I'll actually be needing this drill at some point later on. And I'll also be needing these rail joiners as well. So I'll put them on my desk. 4 people watching at the moment. Hello guys. Sorry I'm not exactly doing a lot of construction at the moment. I'm just moving things out of the way. So apologies for that. Maybe we'll get a quiz or something going on, maybe. That's a thing we can do. What about name places? The layout itself is called Lorbarrow, that's been decided. But what is the steam railway going to be called? You know, something like the Lorbarrow Heritage Railway or Lorbarrow and Somers Gate Steam Railway, something. You guys decide that. Throw me some ideas in the chat, and while I'm running around moving things, I will give them a read and choose my favourite one. Get on that. Big box of point motors in case I run out, which is extremely unlikely because I have 1,000 of them. Coffee cup. Yeah, a lot of this first bit is just going to be moving stuff about and marking out where track needs to go and where it doesn't need to be and stuff like that. So I apologise for that. Why have I got a cereal box in here? You see, things I don't know. Things I don't care about. That fell off, that's fine. Right, that is for the control panel, because I might need that, I might not, I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking that I definitely should have done most of this tidying up first. So, again, lol soz. But hey ho, that's what you get when you plan to live stream the following day and then the delivery drivers turn up a day early because fuck you and your plans, basically. What I could do actually is get my laptop and maybe view the stream chat on that. That would be an intelligent idea. I've not had an intelligent idea for a while, so that'll be fun thing to have again. Crikey, I didn't realise how much loose crap I had just dying around on top of this layout. It's quite insane, really. Yeah. So I'll finish tidying this layout up and then I'll get my laptop out and then I can keep an eye on the stream chat as I go. There's a bolt there. No? Okay, must be a spare one. That's a bit of a relief. Where's the brush? There it is. Oh, okay, the dustpan is full of stuff. That's quite frustrating. Never mind. Definitely should have done this first. Oh dear. So, how are you all? How is everyone today? What's that? That's a tiny track plan. Okay. Have you guys managed to survive the terrible weather? Right, I'm just going to brush all of this stuff over there. I hope it's not too dusty. I've only just cleaned the computer out. So you will be able to see there is quite a lot of stuck polystyrene on the boards in places. That is basically literally just where I physically could not get it off. So that's going to be there forever, unfortunately. Let's get my laptop out so I can see the stream chat as I go. Seeing as I'm probably going to be here for a while, I expect. And yes, I have decorated it like with Harry Potter stickers and stuff. Shut up, I'm allowed to. It's my laptop, motherfucker. Alright, what have I done here? I've attempted to put it away nice and neatly, and I've made a complete pig's ear of it. I'm good at doing that. Alright. No idea what the battery on this thing is, so I'll plug it in anyway. I don't expect it will need to be plugged in, but whatever. Okay, so I'll let that fire up. Oh, look at that. Perfect bloody fit. It's almost as if I calculated this first, isn't it? Yep. Okay. So over here, I'll just bring the camera around for a moment. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that one 10 pieces of polystyrene sheet. I don't remember the sizes. We know that bit is 2 foot, obviously, otherwise it wouldn't fit. Come on, laptop. Can I have Chrome up, please? Thank you, you piece of shit. So I'll try and find a better place to put this. But for the moment, I'm going to put it in front of me here. Yes, it's a touch screen. I'm like that now. Shut up. Right. Front of me. Let's mute that so I can. There we go. Okay, so I'll catch up with the chat. Mark says, I didn't realise your board was this big. Yeah, it's 6 foot by 4 foot, so 6 foot that way by 4 foot that way. That's about the smallest you can do in 00 gauge if you're using 4th radius curves like I am. Mark says, oh, I'm absolutely brilliant. Have you been okay? Yeah, I've been alright. I've had my ups and downs with the terrible weather and such like. It's made my anxiety go absolutely fucking mental, but there you go. Now the wind swept me away to Ilfracombe. Well, where are you? Where? Alright. Where can I put this laptop where it's out the way? Probably there where all the junk is. That would make the most amount of sense. That'll probably be enough space, won't it? It's only a laptop. After all, what I will do is move this little bench vise out of the way. It's quite weird watching myself on the screen here out of time. It's very, very weird. Alright. There we go. I can keep an eye on you lot now. Okay. So I've got stream chat over this side, and I've got it over this side too. Awesome. Almost like I planned it. I lied. I haven't planned anything. Alright. Actually, I'm going to change where the laptop is plugged in because I have installed a couple of sockets down here. Come on, where's that going? Oh, yeah, oh no, wrong one. Oh, I have another lamp down here. Ah, well that's handy. I shall utilise that then. I shall utilise that. As long as the, yeah, there we go. Oh no. This is my mother's IKEA lamp. I've had it for about 1 billion years. And it is honestly the most reliable lamp. There we go. That I've ever had. Come on. Up one more layer. There we go. So there's a little bit of flickery from the LED light over there, I'm afraid. Okay, let's carry on doing what we're supposed to be doing. So 3 on each board, I think. So 3, 6, 9. So yeah, I did in fact calculate that right. So that should just be just under. Yes, I thought it would be. Never mind, that is why I bought too many. Okay, right. So that gives you an idea of where the track is going to be. I'm going to angle the lamp up a bit more. It shouldn't shine too much in the camera lens there. I could do with that one being a bit higher actually, sorry. Bear with me for a moment as I get in the way of shot entirely. Up, there we go. How's that? No difference at all, and in fact it's making everything more flickery. I'm sorry. I really need some proper filming lights. Sorry about this, guys. There we go. You'll have to deal with either flickery or darkness. I'm sorry. Watch it on a smaller screen. What's the chat saying? Nothing. Well, that's embarrassing. Okay. Do we have any suggestions for the name of the steam railway, by the way? Be interested to see what ridiculous names you lot come up with, because I know that you're creative, he says. Right, so once I've got these sort of roughly in the right place, as near as damn it anyway, they need to be straight and flush with the edge of the board, and they need to be straight and flush with the ends of the board as well. So that's looking about right. Mark says nothing. Name Lorbarrow. I could call it wheelbarrow. No. Well, are we just thinking the Lorbarrow steam railway? Because that's a terrible name. That's boring. I'm not about boring names. Right. Don't need the glue gun just yet, but I will shortly. So I'll get that and throw it up there. So what I do need, I need to dig around in my pile of track now. So I need the 3-way point. I need the right hand point and its connecting piece of straight track. I need some of the 4th radius curve sections. That looks like them. I'll just flip it over and check the code on the bottom. ST235 and ST235. Jolly good. Okay. So the plan is I'm going to roughly lay these sort of in position. That gap is slightly concerning. If I can get away with the track not being on there, which I might be able to looking at it, then that's fine. I'm not overly worried about it. Where's my track plan? I need that as reference. So there's a short section of flex track that joins the curved track up with the point work, and I've put a rail joiner on the wrong side, so I'll try and do this in shot if I can. These are my Xeron track cutters, by the way. Quite possibly the most useful tool in any railway modeller's tool arsenal. They're seriously very, very useful. That's a tough rail joiner, that. Okay, so the straight piece of track goes on here. Now that is one downside of using flex track as a straight track. It flexes, funny enough. What does the chat say? You could call it the Dartmouth Steam Railway, seeing as that's now in administration. Yeah, fuck it, I'll call it that. I'll claim it as mine. The name has gone bust, it doesn't matter. It's not with the business anymore, so who cares, right? No, I'm thinking something like something Dales Railway, like Sunbury Dales, or something to something like Lorbarrow to and then Steam Railway, something like that. That was my thinking originally, anyway. Okay, so I need the straight point there. So I'm actually not going to break out the hot wire cutter just yet. Where did I put my Stanley knife? I don't know. Guys, where did I put it? Can you see it anywhere? It'll be over here somewhere. Oh dear. Hang on. I should have took note where I put it and I didn't because I'm a moron. I might end up having to use my my food knife if I can't find it. Where did I put my Stanley knife? Do you guys remember where I put it? Have you any recollection of where it went? Over here? Nope. On the disc? Nope. Huh. Might have to use the hot wire phone cutter in that case. Capri Sun Dales. Yeah, that's a sensible name, Mark. Why not? Why don't I call it that? It's not a stupid name after all. There it is. Found it. God, why didn't you tell me it was there? Oh, you guys, you suck. Right. So what I need to do now is mark out. Mark out. No. So that's moved now because I was leaning all over it. There we go. Need to mark out basically the exact position of the point motor, so I'm able to cut the hole for it. So it's somewhere there. So what I'll do now is I'll get the spare point motor and I'll put that kind of in the middle. Yeah, that looks about right. And then shut up, phone. And then join up the marks that I made, the cut lines. And then of course I've got to chop it all the way down. So here we go. No turning back now. So how long have I been streaming for? Half an hour, and so far. Right, there we go. Yeah, first sod we'll call that. First sod cut for the layout. We'll drink to that, shall we? Alright, so that should let the point motor sit in. Yep, just like that. So I don't know if you can see that, you probably can't. So I'll bring the camera over. I can't bring the camera over because it's only got a short cable. Damn it! But it's in there anyway. I should get a second webcam and then I can have 2 points of view. That's a thing I could have thought about, but I'm stupid, so I didn't. Right, so I will now join this piece of track up properly to the point. Like that. That went in a little bit looser than I was expecting. But never mind. So why is that not sitting flush? I think the point is very slightly twisted, which is irritating. I will actually, it might have been the polystyrene underneath it lifting it up, which is annoying, but there we go. Well, that's better. Now, what I could do is yeah, that's fine actually. I say what I could do, I was going to say I might need to make it bigger, but it actually looks pretty cushy. So how straight is that? not far off, I'll be honest. That's pretty good. Where did I put my test coach? There. No, not there. Where? Where did I put that? Oh, so. So as you can see, this is a coach that I got years ago. I practiced weathering on it a while back, and yeah, it's kind of garbage. So I'm just going to see if I can... No, I was going to move my ring light over, but I'm not going to touch it, just in case something goes wrong with it. So... Yep. So I'm going to grab a pen or pencil, doesn't matter which. 3 people watching still. If you haven't already said hello, feel free to. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm doing that wrong. I need the longest coach I've got, which I think is a Mark 1. So if you'll excuse me for a moment, I'm going to go in the cupboard of doom over here. I'll angle the camera so you can see me a bit better. Whoop. There we go. I'm going in there. So this is where I keep stuff, all in a big box on the floor down there, and it's varied by other boxes. So I haven't thought this through. Alright, what's the first coach that I can get to? Relatively easily. It looks like it's going to be a chocolate and cream Mark 1. From the Tisley connection pack, which I don't really want to have to open because it's annoying. So I'll dig down a bit further in the box. Hello Mallard, hello Derby Lightweight. How y'all doing in there? Y'all good? That's a Collet coach. There we go, that'll do. A 63-foot bullied coach. That'll do rather nicely. So I'll put the little screw back in there. I'm also going to lock my door because I'm paranoid, but there we go. Alright, so nothing happened on chat. So this is a little trick for you. If you are either trying to work out, for whatever reason you want to work out what the overhang is for coaching stock. For example, if you're doing platforms and you need to know where the edge of the platform can go, but you don't know where it's going to go, get yourself the longest piece of rolling stock that you expect to go in the platform and grab a pen or a pencil. And what you want to do is, in the case of platforms, which I will do as well, on the inside of the curve, like so, hold the pen or pencil up to the side of the coach and run it round, and it will draw a line where it overhangs. And that lets you know that anywhere behind that line is where the platform can be. So I'm going to use the same sort of principle for working out where I need to cut this polystyrene here to get the embankment. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose this end here. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be good enough. So hold the pen, like that, and draw around. The track moved a little bit, but that's alright. So I know now that roughly that line there is where I need to cut with a hot wire foam cutter to make the edge of the embankments. So this whole triangle bit here will be gone. And also this little tiny triangle bit here, that'll be gone too. Because it's small. Right. But before I do that, I am going to install the 3-way points as well. So fish plate has come loose. That's a little bit concerning. So, somewhere there, methinks. I've no idea if that's straight and parallel. So I need the 3 bits of fourth radius that are going to make the bay platform. That doesn't look right. But it must be. I must have just put the rail joiners back in the wrong place. Super genius! So I will just double check that these are actually all full radius ST35. Oh, they are. Okay. Interesting. I just couldn't have swapped the rail joiners over yet, that's all. I am a professional. I'm not. I'm never professional. Ew, the sounds of the polystyrene. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that, Mark. There's not a lot I can do about that, I'm afraid. You'll just have to ignore it. I mean, I'd put some music on in the background if I was sure that I wouldn't get ripped for it. For, you know, copyright or some shit. So that looks about right to me. It doesn't look crooked. So I'm going to chance it and say that's probably about right. Obviously, I won't know fully until I get the point in, but that definitely looks about right to me. So, in for a penny, in for a pound, as they say. Alright. So there's 2 point motors fixed to the 3-way point, so the hole is going to have to be quite a bit larger than it was for that point there. Mark says, "No, it's not your fault, you can't help it." Oh, the polystyrene. I've got to get used to it, as I'm going to use it in future. Yeah, it's not the nicest noise. I'm trying to do it like as slowly and gently as I possibly can, as to not make the noise loud. And I will be using my hot wire foam cutter later. I keep looking at the laptop for the camera, but the camera's over there, so I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I will be using the hot wire foam cutter later on to cut these the embankments and stuff, so there won't be any noise for that. But there will be a bit of smoke, so I may have to crack open my window, which means you'll get to hear the seagulls outside. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a screwdriver. That's what I'm looking for. To, well, it was going to be to prise this up, but it doesn't want to come out, so I'm going to chop it into little bits. So, yep, that isn't working. How irritating. I'll have this out in a minute, and then I'll put the point in. I might have to... Oh, there we go, that's more like it. There we go. Don't let my annoyance of the noise force you to change your style. No, it annoys me as well, Mark. You're not the only one. I need a bin bag. And I don't have one. Oh, yes I do. Look, you see? I was kind of prepared. I was slightly prepared. A bit. Yeah, that wasn't a wise idea, Nathan. Right. Now I've got polystyrene in my hair. Okay. So let's try all that in there. It's a bit of a tight fit, but should still fit all right, which it does. So the difficult bit is obviously going to be joining these together, because the points can't move. Alright, that gap is a bit bigger than I was expecting. Oh, actually, there's a little bit of wiggle room in the polystyrene, it seems. That's actually not too bad, I'll be honest. So I am going to put something on the track in an attempt to keep it in place a little bit. I'll use an old point motor like that. So that should keep it a little bit more steady in theory. I haven't got any track pins or nails or anything that I can use. Yep, that is exactly on the joint of the baseboards. Unfortunately, the foam isn't. That's not a problem because the scenic section is going to end roughly there anyway, so I'm not even slightly worried about it. Okay, so again, that's not sitting exactly flush, but so long as the point motors are able to throw, not overly bothered because they're going to be weighed and glued down anyway, so no sweat. How long have I been going for now? Almost an hour. So as I say, I am going to keep doing this until I'm more or less finished. I don't know how long that's going to take. So if you've got things to do, feel free to hop in and out throughout the rest of the evening. The lighting might improve as the sun goes down because the background will be a bit less bright and my face will look slightly less bright. I just don't want to get the flicker because I don't want to set off anyone's seizures or anything like that, but I am going to angle that up just a tiny bit more. That's not too bad. Okay, so there's a lot of flex on there, which is concerning. So I'm going to replace that rail joiner completely. Where's my little truck? There we are. I always use a wagon to put rail joiners in. I just find it slightly more convenient, basically, because you can roll it out the way like that when you don't need it. And also when you get locos running around, it's quite a lot of fun to literally have a maintenance train run around. It's quite a lot of fun. So okay, so that's that in. I had a brake van somewhere. I can't remember where I put it. I think I put it over here. Yep, there it is. So I'm going to use the wagon, the coach and this brake van to test that everything is somewhat okay. And this brake van is pretty beat up and that went around there fine. So I'm not even slightly worried. So I'm just going to look along this point here and make sure that there's no kink where it transitions to the bay platform. So as you can see here, in this gap, there is quite a big space there for the platform to go, which is good. The overhang, however, will decide exactly how big that gap is. So I'm not sure where I want the platform to be, but I know I want it on the corner, so making sure that I've got the track roughly in the same place. I did briefly, I think, see a nail somewhere, but what I'm going to do is a trick that I learned many years ago. Is you find a piece of track with only one rail on it, take the other rail off entirely, then get your track cutters, like that. Cut it to create a hinge, and then bend it down so you make little tiny little like spike thing. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then I'm just going to trim a little bit off the bottom of that because I was a little bit generous with the size of it. And then what that allows you to do, it allows you to effectively pin things in place, so it's less likely to move like that. So it's going to move a little bit, but if you push it down hard enough, you should have enough friction on the sleeper to keep it still. So there's still only a few people watching the live stream, that's fine. Now I am a little bit concerned about that gap there, but for the moment I'm going to ignore it. So yeah, that's all totally fine. Right, so let's do the overhang in the same way I did the embankment overhang. So roughly where the curve starts, so I know that it's roughly on that alignment there, so I should be able to freehand the rest of it like that. And I'm also going to do the same for the bay platform as well, except I'm going to write platform on it so I don't accidentally cut that middle bit out entirely and end up screwing myself over. So again, at the overhang, the largest overhang, which is in this case the front of the coach. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be near as damn it. So careful there with that track joint, like that. And then I'm going to write in that gap, per, le, a, ter, for, or, me. It's hard to write on polystyrene, alright? Shut up. Alright, so that's the space for the platform. We've got the overhangs right. I know where I'm cutting. So I'm going to hash that so I know to get rid of it, and also that bit as well. That was a tip I learnt in woodworking, actually. Not that anyone cares. Okay, so I think I'm not going to touch this bit of polystyrene over here, this area here for now, because I'm not entirely sure, you know, where I want the scenery to be just yet. So I'm going to leave it for the moment. I'm going to cut this bit off here with the hot wire cutter, and I'm also going to, well, I was going to mark where the I just penned myself. I was about to mark where the cables for the point loaders go, but I've got to drill those straight down. I'm going to solder those first before I put the track in place. So, alright, move all this stuff off. I'll get the glue gun heating up. I need that on the cold temperature for the polystyrene, because otherwise as the glue comes out, it literally melts the polystyrene as it comes out of the glue gun, which you don't want, as I'm sure you can imagine. So that's that warming up over there, out the way. I'll just get rid of that spare piece of track. Okay, so I can unpin the track. What I am going to do, however, is make a small batch of rail pins while I'm at it, so I have a small collection of them. So, live stream chat. I plan, obviously, to have a river on the layout. Somewhere over in this corner where the laptop is. What I want you to do is tell me what sort of river you think it should be. And by that I mean, should it be a shallow river with lots of rocks in it? Should it be a deep river with no rocks in it? Or a combination of the two? A deep river with lots of rocks? Or a shallow river with no rocks? Let me know what you think would look good. So I'm happy with the way that coach rolls over there, so that can go there. So I'm going to carefully prise the track out of its holes. I'm also going to unpin it and pin it. There we go. So I'm going to remind me, guys, I'm going to put the track behind me over here. Don't let me forget where it is, otherwise you're all fired. Come on, get out, there we go. Over there, and then I'm going to break that down. Ooh, come on, into two, there we are. And then, come on, there we go, Mr. Three-Way Point with its two massive point motors on the bottom. Look at the size of these, look. It's ridiculous. It's like an inch square hole for that, it's crazy. Okay. Right. Glue gun is heating up. Because I'm daft, I haven't heated up the hot wire cutter yet, because I'm stupid. So that can go in the air, in there, and then that can get plugged in. So I'm going to need to find somewhere to put this while it heats up, somewhere there. And I'm also going to, you see what I've done there is buried access to my window, because I'm seriously intelligent. So just bear with me for a moment while I struggle with my own human stupidity. I'll have it in a minute, I promise. Ooh-ah. Come on. Oh, I've taped it up again, haven't I? Because of the wind. See, things you have to do when you have sash windows, guys. Come on, tape. Get off. Preferably without taking the paint off. Oh well. Too late. Alright. That's a little bit of fresh air coming in now. It doesn't need to be much. So, that's heated up nicely now. So, I'm going to start by taking this piece off here. Obviously, working with a hot wire foam cutter means it's going to be, well, hot. I mean, you know, it's part of the name. So, if you're using one, be careful. And ideally, you should have some sort of breathing protection of some sort. The live stream chat still isn't talking to me. It's still live though, so I'm still getting feedback. And 1 hour 4 minutes. So I'm going to try and cut this on camera, but it isn't going to be easy. So I'm going to have to kind of stand in front of this a little bit, but you should be able to see still what I'm doing. How's the glue gun doing? It's not on fire, so that's something. Alright, so which mark am I doing? I'm doing that marker there, aren't I? So, alright, there's no turning back now. Here's hoping I'm cutting on the right mark. Now you can see, or you might be able to see, I don't know, that I'm doing a kind of slight saw motion with the wand there. That is simply just because the power supply that I bought, is 12 volts, and the wire cutter actually needs 18 volts. So it's working a little bit colder than it should be, which is why I'm having to saw a little bit to keep the temperature up. There we go. Get off. There we go. And you'll see, well, you might be able to see, there's little floaty bits off the bottom of the polystyrene there. I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can actually. Tiny bit there. That is effectively completely unavoidable, I'm afraid. That's just the nature of cutting polystyrene. So I've disconnected the hot wire wand cutter, and I'm going to find a place to put that. I don't know where yet, where it won't be in the way. So let's move that bubble wrap out of the way and put it over there where it can't hurt us. Now I've got to remember which way that goes. That goes here like that and lines up with these, ironically. So now I need my drill, which is over here somewhere, I think. No. Where have I put it? I think it's on the bed, actually. Maybe. Nope, it's on the desk. It's there somewhere. So, I've now got 2 drill holes for point motor wires. That should be easy enough. I'll just check I have nothing underneath this one, which I don't, so that's good. Just going to put one straight down the middle. There we go. Yeah. So that's just for the wires to go through. And then I'm going to do the same over here as well. But I have a lot of electrical gubbins over here, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get this in the right place. So, oh, there's already a hole there actually. I must have pre-drilled it. Yeah, there it is, I can see it. Well, that's fine then. I ain't got to cut a new hole in the baseboard. That's absolutely fine by me. I don't mind one bit. Alright, that's straight there. So, just gonna be absolutely 110,000% sure that everything is in the right place, which it looks like it is. What I should have done was marked on the edge here where the polystyrene sheet ended, but never mind. So I'm just going to refresh the stream on the laptop. Yep, no, it is still going, that's good. And it seems reasonably fast. Well, I'm just looking at myself refreshing the chat there. So, do I need to put any other holes in this? Yes, I do. Or is it in this one? Or is it in the next board? I'm not sure. Let me just double check for a moment before I start gluing things in place, because obviously I've got the what's it called? Inspection pit, and there's a special little bit of track for that, which I think is this piece. Is it? ST35. No, I was wrong. Where is it? Ah, that bit underneath it. So one should be ST235, which it is, and this should be 238, which it is. Fantastic. So yeah, it's not this board after all, so that's fine. I don't need to panic about that. So yeah, this can be glued down. As I say, I'm not going to cut anything off of there because that's going to be where the car park and stuff is. It's only going to be the railway that's on an embankment, so I don't have to panic about that. So glue gun is over there. Let's get started. Hope this can reach. Oh yeah, look at that. Fantastic. Okay, so gonna do a straight line across here. I am going to use PVA glue as well. I'm just using the hot glue as a kind of starting point, as it very much were. And I've no idea if I'm going to be able to get it on, get the polystyrene on before it sets. So this might be a mistake. I don't know yet until I actually do it. Alright, so that's around the edge done. And then very quickly find the polystyrene, PVA. There we are. And like that. So it's the PVA glue that's actually going to do the sticking in place, and it's just the hot glue that's going to hold, in theory, the sheet down while the PVA goes off, basically. So I'm going to need to weigh it down. Oh, I've got that, haven't I? Idiot. Honestly, if I had a brain. So I can see that's lifting up a little bit actually, so that means the hot glue probably set before it had a chance to grab hold of the styrene, which is a little bit irritating. But at least now I know. So I'm also going to use the laptop as weight. There we go. And then I've got some other bits and pieces around the back. So dinner plate, that's probably heavy enough. Yeah, lovely. And what else have I got that's heavy? Bottle of oil. There we go. Something like that. I've got a lump hammer somewhere, but I can't find it. I've got a small hammer. That'll do as well. Somewhere there. So I think I'm going to not use the glue gun for this part. I thought it would work, but it's not. So I'm going to dispense with using that for the moment. Still nothing on the live stream chat. My God, you guys are dull. Holy hell. Trying to find other heavy things. That's quite light. I don't really have a lot of heavy things. I'll use the drill, shall I? Because I need that glue now. So there we are. Okay. Oh, some mustard. Yeah, get a big pot of mustard. Yeah, no, don't do that, children. That would be stupid. And idiot. I've now bored a small hole in the trackbed there. That was clever of me, wasn't it? Captain Stupid. I'll put that in there. Right. Okay, so let's glue this one down now. I'm hoping that I will be able to do the point motor wiring relatively fast because it's fairly easy. I'm probably not going to wire it up to all of the switches and stuff today, but I do at least. Well, I've put glue straight over the hole for the point motor wires. What a genius! Such clever. I'll wipe that away if I can. There's glue in it now. Oh dear. Going well. I suppose I can always re-drill it. It's not important. What's YouTube notifications? New subscriber, John Gardner. Thank you very much. Thanks for that. I didn't even see the notification come in. Thanks, YouTube. You annoying bastards. Right. Now, I don't know if you can see or not, but this sheet is holding down much better than that one was. So the hot glue definitely dried too fast. In fact, I may end up having to re-glue this sheet because it's not exactly sticking properly. It's lifting off the board a little bit, so I may have to re-glue that, which is irritating, but entirely my fault. Alright, so let's do this last one here, and then I will break out the soldering iron and cables for the point motors. So another question I can ask you guys, what locomotive should I use if I get to that point today, or this evening rather? What locomotive should I use to test the layout? I've got a 5600 taffy tank, I have a 6400X pannier tank, 45XX prairie tank, I've got an LMS Ginty, an S15, I've got a Hall class, Collet Goods, I've got Flying Scotsman, I've got an N class, Mark just said that, I've got that as well, I've got a high mech as well, a class 35. I'm thinking something with bogies or a pony truck. So something like a 262, something like a Prairie, for example, would be a good choice, I would say. So again, I'm looking for heavy things. I've got this great big heavy ass box of track that I can use as well. There we are. So plug the glue up, put that there. Yeah, test the Prairie or the 56XX. Yeah, the 5600 is a good one to use because the radial wheel set at the back is incredibly finicky when it comes to joints and stuff in the track. So that's a good shout there. I am going to re-glue this sheet, I think. I'm going to do that now before I get too sidetracked on anything else. I've made the mistake of using hot glue. I thought it would be an idea, but no. Oh, actually, that's stuck surprisingly well. I'm actually going to leave that. That's fine. It's just this front bit that hasn't stuck down. So that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'll put the laptop right on the front bit here, so it's got a little bit of weight on top of it. All right, that's fine by me. I'll put some heavy things on the back of the board though. All right. So wiring. the bit that I have always despised the most. Now, luckily for me, because of where I have the control panel, which is right down here, the point motor wires really don't have to be that long at all. What I do need, unsurprisingly, is a soldering iron. Shock horror. So yeah, that's got a tip on it. I'll take that one. What kind of tip has it got? A flat one. I desperately need a new soldering iron. So if I bring it up to camera, or at least some new tips for it, you can see the... come on, camera. I saw you wanted to focus and then you didn't. Come on, you little bitch. No, it's not having it. But the tip of the iron is absolutely fucking disgusting. So it doesn't always do a very good job, the soldering iron. So I'll leave that there to warm up while I get the points that I need. I put the 3-way point on the chair. There it is. So the 3-way point is actually going to be the most difficult one to do, because the point motors themselves are so close together. Tinky Tonk says, I am back and off the bus. Welcome back. Hello. You've not missed a lot, I'll be honest, mate. It's just been me rabbiting on about stuff that no one cares about. So you've actually joined us at quite the milestone. You can probably tell I've got the polystyrene sheet down now, so it's cool. He hasn't set himself on fire. No, I haven't set myself on fire. At least not yet, anyway. It might happen, so, you know, watch this space. What I'm currently doing is wiring up the point motors. Well, I'm trying to. Just realised you can't see this, so let me move the camera, hopefully somewhere you'll be able to see. So excuse me for a moment, bit of background noise. I have the camera on a proper stand for once, so open it out. There. Can you see? No. You're staring at the... Oh dear. Alright, we'll go up another level with the legs then. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Sorry about all of this noise. There we go. Oh! You've tilted. That's not so good. Come back. There we go. Alright, let's get an angle on there, shall we? There we go. Alright, you can see now. Okie dokie. Nope, iron's warming up. That's good. So, doing the 3-way point first, because that's the most complicated one to do because of the amount of, the lack of space, rather, between the 2 motors. I've got a pot of flux, and somewhere I saw a reel of solder, but I can't remember where it went, because I was tidying up and I didn't take notice of where I put anything, because I'm a fucking moron. Anyone remember where I put it? I thought I put it over here, but clearly not. You can see that I need to organise things a bit better, because I'm very, very disorganised. I'll get my zero track cutters as well. I'll use those as wire cutters. Anyone see where I put the solder? How have you lost something? Because let me show you how I've lost something. Oh, I can't. The cable's too short. The room in here isn't exactly what you call tidy. Ah, it's there. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. You see? I was kind of organised. I put it behind my laptop. How sad. I know. I'm sorry I'm not on fire yet. If I get If I get 50 viewers, I'll burn something. How's that? How's that sound? Right. So, solder, flux. I need a pokey tool. Screwdriver, there's one. That'll do. Man, that's a manky piece of shit. Look at the state of that. Yeah. That'll do though. And the wire. Okay. Let's get this fucking soldering party started. Yeah, soldering party. Well, time to open 50 tabs. Yeah, that's not how it works though, I'm afraid. Although it does it. Well, no, try it, see what happens. I've got 5 viewers at the moment. I don't know how many that is going to be. So what's this? This is power for the point motor. So I'm actually going to chop this little bit of wire in half. Like so. And you'll see later on, or possibly in the next video when I do this, or maybe the next live stream, that I've got a capacitor discharge unit somewhere underneath the board. Yep, just over here. So hopefully, no, I've cut that slightly too short, but that's not a problem. I always use these chocolate block screw terminal things in between like centres of population where the point motors are, so that's not a problem. I don't mind. Alright. I have 49 tabs and your stream ain't one. Oh damn. Stuman Livo says the things I watch while stoned, volume 1. Well, is that a compliment? I don't know. I don't know if that's a compliment. I'm not sure. Welcome though, Stuman. I'll call you Stuman. Hello Stuman. I'm building trains. See? There's a track. And somewhere there's a train. There's a loco. See? Choo choo, motherfucker. I could use Percy as a test train, couldn't I? Vote on that. Should I use Percy as a test train as well? Vote now. Right. So I'm going to need this thing here, this little scrap of wire on the point motor. That's going to need to be stripped off like that. Yeah, test Percy. Alright, we'll use Percy as our test engine for the first train. I'll attach him to the bullied coach I've got over there as well. We'll do that. No, I doubt that was a compliment. Yeah. Kind of felt like it was an insult, to be honest. But there we go. Okay. So, hopefully, this is up to temperature. I'm going to have to do this slightly cack-handed because I'm right-handed and the soldering iron is coming from the left of me. And because I'm stupid, I didn't think to plug it in down there. There's no room. I've got lamps in the way. Yeah, but you should strap a bomb to him. I don't have a bomb, I'm sorry. Mark says, and boom goes the dynamite and the Thomas fan base. Burn, motherfucker, burn. Okay. So, just what I'm going to do, you can see here, pardon me, here, possibly, just above my finger there, is 2 previous point motor power tabs. I'm going to attempt to solder those directly together, seeing as they're so close. Oh, the soldering iron is filthy. Where's my Dremel? I don't have a sanding, not sanding thing. What's it called? A rubbing thing. Oh bollocks! I can't even find the Dremel. I've not used it today, so I expect I've put it away somewhere where I can't find it. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm very, very disorganised. Where the fucking hell is the Dremel? Did I move it at any point today? No. Oh well, we'll use a pair of pliers. That'll do instead. What's the stream saying? Dremel. Yeah, I'm gonna. The soldering iron tips for these is a Lidl's iron. They're really bad. So I'm just gonna scrape the dirt and shit off the end of the iron with the textured bit of the pliers. I'll go to hell for it. But got to do what you got to do, and I don't have any other choice. So sue me. Now, please don't. I can't afford it. The tips are really crap on these, so I don't have any other choice, really. Alright, so that should be alright now. Right, let's try. I'll put a bit of solder on the end of the iron as an attempt to encourage the rest to melt. Oh, has that worked? Has that just worked? Oh, no, nearly. Holy crap, I thought that would work straight away then. Alright, that's putting solder on that side. I want it on here. Yeah, that's really not working very well. The iron is too crap. Have I got any other different tips? I don't, do I? No. Well, cock, as James May would say. I thought I could get away with that. That's extremely irritating. Ooh. That's quite loose. I've not twisted this on. I haven't twisted the tabs on this point motor, so it was about to fall off. Oh well, back to plan B. Doug Cruise, this is really cool. Yeah, it'll be better. So I am gonna have to find another piece of green cable. There we go, green wire, and just kind of use that instead. And then just twist it together. Never mind. Needs must and all that jazz. This is really cool, said Doug. It'll be even more cool when I actually properly get started. Because I've been kind of procrastinating a little bit. And also my soldering iron's not much cop. So that is going to make things a bit more awkward. Again, children, do as I say, not as I do. And wise words they were. Well, most of what I say is wise. A lot of it isn't, though. Now, some people will tell you that you shouldn't use flux when soldering. You can tell those people to fuck off, because flux is the most helpful thing when it comes to soldering. Is that on there? Yep. I don't know how, but I'm not going to argue. It is genuinely the most useful tool that any budding electronics engineer can have in their arsenal of tools. In case you don't know what flux is, it's this stuff here. It's a horrible colour. Because I've had it, it's green. You can't see, but it's green. I've had it for a while. It's a disgusting colour. But it just allows the solder, which is this stuff, to flow through the joint easier and make proper contact with whatever it is you're trying to solder together. So that's basically the entire function of it. Some people don't like using it at all. Personally, I do, because my soldering skills aren't much to shout home about. So it's extremely useful for me in that regard, because it kind of just makes absolutely sure that the joint is going to be conductive. So I'm trying to twist these wires together, but I'm having a little bit of difficulty. So there we go. I'm going to use the plier end of my wire cutters. Doug says, "Whoa!" What was that about? Why was you saying "whoa" for? So a little blob of flux on the end of the screwdriver, and then drag it over the wire like that. And then like so. So that then is the point mounted power feed done. And it only took me far too long. So I'm going to try and bend that out of the way as much as I can so it's not in the way when I install it in the hole. I'm not going to panic about stripping this end of it yet, because I'm not going to be powering the motors just yet. I just want to get the wires on. I'm not sure how long to do these power wires, although they are going to be wired together, aren't they, I suppose. So are they wired together? No, they're not. Of course they're not, stupid. Right, I don't know how long I'm going to need these, so I'm going to deliberately make them slightly too long, so I know I've got enough. There's 6 people watching now. Hello. You join me as I untangle wires. Welcome. I've just noticed there's stream inception over here on the laptop. Look, because here I am streaming, and then you'll see in a minute over there. I'll wave. I'm about to do it. Moving the laptop. There I go. There I wave. And if you keep an eye on the laptop screen in the stream, you'll see me wave into the distance. There we go. It's quite fun. Okay. So that length is obviously too much, because it's only got to go from here down to here. So I'm probably just gonna fold this in half and then cut it in half. Doug says, I gotta get going to work. It's 10:23 AM in Chicago. Great to see you again. Well, okie dokie, dude. Have fun at work. Brother Seamus says hello. Hello. With an N like that, I presume that you come from Ireland, possibly? I don't know. I don't know geography. I's dumb. I's dumb as fuck. So it's slowly getting darker out there, so I might need to adjust the lighting in a moment. I'm going to put the bathroom light on, so that should get a little bit more light coming through from the right hand side. Okay. So okie dokie. So let's tin that. Tiny bit. There we are. Like that. Just makes my life easier. And then, boop, like that. Including the sound effect. If you don't do the sound effect, you didn't do it right. That's just a fact, okay? So, slap some flux on there and a little bit on the actual wire itself. Clean the iron off a tiny bit. Yeah, solder on there. Gonna have to do this cack-handed, I'm afraid, but you know what I'm doing, so. There we go. That's the black wire on for the 1-point motor. And then presumably this red wire is the same length, I should just be able to fold and cut this in half too. Oh bollocks, no, that's way not long enough. Right, that'll do for one. I have got another length over here that I should be able to use, so that's hopefully going to be alright, although that looks a little bit thinner gauge than the other. That's kind of curious, but not to worry, it's all wire, so it doesn't matter. It all does the same thing. After all, it all carries current. So while I have a little minute, while I'm twisting this wire up, if there's anything that you wish to know about this layout, whether it's what control system I'm using, or what locos are going to run on it, or just anything that you have that you want to ask, any questions you've got that you want to ask me about the layout, please feel free. I will try my best to answer all of the questions as best I can. So again, I'm just attaching the other wire to the other terminal of the motor. There we go. So what are you building? I'm new to trains and here. Okay, Stuman, I'm building a 00 gauge model railway. If you have a spare moment, you can backtrack on my YouTube channel a few months and you can see the previous version of this layout. I'm currently in the process of revamping it. I'm completely redoing absolutely everything. The only thing that's staying the same is the wooden boards that everything sits on, basically. So it's going to be in theory, a Western region, so Great Western Railway kind of region layout. That's the theory, but set in the heritage era. So I'm basically going to be running pretty much anything that takes my fancy, as well as Western region stock, just because I can. I hope that answered your question. It was rather a long answer, I grant you, but I hope it helped answer it anyway. So while I'm doing this, what are you guys doing? I'm in the UK at the moment. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, and I'm building a railway. What are you guys doing in your place of residence? And in fact, where are you from? Let me know. So you're building a massive train set plan. Basically, yeah, it's not massive. I've got the track plan somewhere that I can show you again. I should keep it to hand, really, shouldn't I? Instead of using it all the time. Guys, where did I put the track plan? Well, Mike says I'm working on episode 1 of his series. Well, that's interesting. That's fantastic. There's the track plan. Found it now. So this is the track plan. Just for any viewers that have just joined us, it's a 6 foot by 4 foot layout. 6 foot long, 4 foot wide, and this is the track plan here. The track obviously is in grey. Ignore this blue bit, that was going to be a river. Ignore that, it's not going to be in that position anymore. The red lines mark where the boards join together, and the black lines is indicating roughly where the scenery is going to stop for the storage loops at the back. So I hope that fills in questions. Duman says, Cambridge, just checking out some random YouTube stuff. Well, I'm glad that you that you found my channel in particular. I mostly do train stuff, although from time to time I do other games as well. I've done Grand Theft Auto 5, I've done Far Cry 3, various things. I also do vlogs as well from time to time. So if you get bored of the live stream, please feel free to jump out and have a look at my backlog of videos. I'm primarily a gaming channel, but I do kind of IRL stuff as well, so you should be able to find at least 1 or 2 videos that interest you in particular. Whoa, that nearly went wrong. So Thomas Palmer says, afternoon everyone. Afternoon, Mr. Palmer. Nice of you to grace us with your presence, sire. Stuman says, might have to repeat that. I was installing a graphics driver and the famous black screen change sound output. So you're a PC man as well, are you? I've recently built my own computer. You'll see I'm supposed to be doing a kind of review of my gaming computer at some point. I'm still trying to write the bloody script. But might have to repeat that. I can't even remember what I said now. Oh yeah, feel free to jump around on my YouTube channel. If this live stream bores you, feel free to hop into one of the backlogs of videos and or previous live streams. I'm primarily a gaming channel about railway games and stuff, but I do have a large kind of collection of other videos as well. I've just seen your other comment, so I'll give that a read now. Indeed, we have spoken before on the Facebook group. Oh right. That must have been someone in a different group. Alright, so here we go, another milestone. The first set of point motors completely wired up. Well, I say completely wired up, they're not entirely wired up. But most of the wires that they need are on. So we've got this green wire here. I'm holding it too high. This green wire here is the power for the point motors. And then these black and red wires go to either side of the switch to change the direction of the point. Nice and simple. So I can put that to one side. I'll put it over on top of the polystyrene so it's out of the way. Now I can do this point. This is going to be the easiest one to do because I've only got to do it once. On that previous point I had to do it all twice, of course, for the individual point motors. Okay, so I've got a few green ones, green wire, so that's fine. Thomas Palmer says, from you, building your model railway has made me wanting to go out to mine. Out to yours? Have you got yours in a shed or a garage or something maybe? I'd love to see it. I'd love to see a... You've probably got some on your YouTube channel, I expect, that I've not looked at yet, but I shall have a dig around after I've finished this live stream. How long have I been going now? 1 hour and 49 minutes. That's quite a while. And so far, I've glued some stuff down, lost a whole lot of stuff, and wired 2 point motors. Going well. It's going fantastically well. Thomas says, yes, mine's in the shed. Awesome. What gauge have you got, Thomas? What does your layout look like? That was hot. Do as I say, children, not as I do. Okay, so now I'm going to need some other colour wire. Right, it looks like I'm going to have to break out the new reel. I say new reel, it's not. It's just this. I get this from Gauge Master, by the way, in case you want to know where I get the wiring that from. Point motors and track are either bought from Haddon's or Track Shack, both online, obviously. So I don't need the green one because I've already got point motor power. So I can get rid of that. So yeah, again, I'm just estimating the length that I need. It's going from there down to there. So something like that should be enough length. Yeet. There we go. 4 people watching. Hello. How are you all? Where did we get on the vote for what the river should look like, by the way? I wasn't concentrating. I don't know if we had any replies to that. I don't think we did. So should it be a river full of rocks, shallow river with rocks in it, a deep river with rocks, or no rocks at all? You let me know. And the most popular one will be done. That rhymes. Fun. How's the lighting situation look? Actually not too bad for a change. Come on, melt, you bastard, thank you. Oh, gets hot, that. Duh. Okay. So, this is the last point motor. Well, not the last one, so I've got another 4 of them to do around the back. So, alright. Pop. Then I can slot the track back into place and glue it the fuck down. How fun is that? Actually, I might not glue it down until I've got all of the other boards? All of the other styrene sheet in place. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of working my own light here, so you can probably see slightly better than I can. Yep, live stream chat has gone quiet again. That's probably because I'm quiet. I'll just very quickly refresh the page. Yeah, it's still going. Okay, yay! That's another point done. Huzzah! Okay, so I'll pack the soldering iron away. I expect they'll have to reset the camera angle again. So sorry for all the scuffling noises for that. I'll should we get this other board up? This other sheet up? Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so which is which? That one. That's the soldering iron there. So that is now switched off. So I'm going to put that over here somewhere. Yep, whoops. I'll put it over there. Ooh, into my laptop. I'm getting a bit hungry. I've got some cashew nuts over there. I'll have lunch on them. So I'll very quickly reset the camera angle. You will experience a lot of shake and a lot of noise, so I'm extremely sorry about that. There's nothing I can do. You'll just have to ignore it as best you can, I'm afraid. One more. There we go. Clunk. clunk, and last leg. Shabam! Alright, let's put you back on the desk. Hey, there we go. And angle it up. Alright. Hooray! Right, let's turn that lamp round that way so it's firing down the end of the layout. Alright, I'm going to leave all the stuff that's on top of the polystyrene there. I am going to have to move the laptop though, so for the moment I won't be able to see the stream chat. So I'll have to close that for the moment. I'll put it on the stool down there while I move this stuff over to here so I can carry on. So I'll leave you guys to decide for a moment while I'm just moving things over. How far do you want me to take this live stream? Do you want me to go all the way until I've got trains running on it? Or would you rather I stop at some point and maybe do an update stream or video or something later down the line? Let me know. If I'm feeling up to it, then I will of course carry on streaming until it's done. I can't tell you how long it's going to take because unfortunately I don't know. Because of course I've got a lot of, as you can see, I've got a lot of stuff on top of the layout. Oops. Got some change on myself then. That was intelligent. Right. Oh, I must have missed a bit of polystyrene there. Interesting. When I was ripping up the old scenery. It's fun. Right. I'll be with you guys in a second. Surprising the amount of stuff that can accumulate on top of a layout as you're working on it. It's quite shocking, really. Okay, I think that's most of everything that needs to be out of the way. Alright, anything that's stuck to the baseboard is just going to remain stuck. Okay, there we go. Now this bit I am slightly concerned about because it's grass, so I don't know how well the styrene sheet is going to go over the top of that. Where did I put that point? There's one there. So I'm going to put these over here. When I start running around looking for them, remind me they're by the coffee mug. Alright, they're on coffee mug corner. So the next 3 sheets, so I'm going to need to cut holes in these as well for various things. Why is that? Oh, because that's the wall. So the reason I'm using polystyrene over the top of the layout baseboards is simply because where the glue is from the previous layout, the polystyrene, once it's glued and weighed down, should absorb most of the lumps and bumps and nasty undulations that are in it. At least that's the theory anyway. Because if I were to put the track straight down on top of the lumps and bumps, obviously it would look weird, it would buckle, and it probably wouldn't run very well either. Okay, so I'm actually going to push these sheets right up to the edge of the ones I've already done, because past roughly this point here is going to be the non-scenic section, so it really doesn't matter what it looks like over that side. This is the side that matters the most. So that is not looking brilliant at the moment. There's a massive gap under there. This might take a bit longer than I had anticipated, mostly because of this lump on the corner here, which is entirely solid plaster, and I simply cannot get it off. So I may have to use some shims in places. That might work, possibly, to lift it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm not too sure for the moment. Let's get the laptop out and read the stream chat. See if anyone's said anything. So I'll put this lamp back over here, so you might be able to see me a bit better, seeing as I'm so far away now. Okay, I'll just very quickly refresh that stream page. Okay, Thomas Palmer says, go as far as you want. Oh, for the live stream, okay. Stuman says, damn you, driver update, restarting my PC. Yeah, that can happen sometimes. It's very annoying. I know that. Just going to dash off camera for a second to get some snacks. And by snacks, I mean cashews. I've got a pot to put these in. No, I do now. There we are. I hope no one's got a nut allergy. If it does, tough. Alright, so I am legit quite concerned about this bit here. I'm not sure what to do about it. So, what I think I'll do is mark the... how have I got PVA glue on the bottom of my elbow? How's that happened? I must have leant on something and not realised it. I'm clever. How irritating. Sorry. So what I'll do, like I did before, I'll lay the track down in its place. I will draw around where I need to cut the foam and cut the holes for any point motors that need going in. So let's do that. So that involves moving everything off of this bit here. Again. So, Sally. Alright. I might be able to get where we're putting the laptop on the left somewhere. I'm not sure. It's got a full battery, so I can afford to move it around a little bit. I'll put it here. No, because I'm doing that bit, you twit. I need a laptop, like a script stand, but for a laptop. Where can I put it? I don't know. Nowhere, really. Alright, I'll put it... I'll move that lot out of the way a bit more. I'll put it there. I should still be able to see you properly. Yeah, there we go. I can still see you. Okay, that's fine. Where's my snack pop and a drink? There. Really good. Okay. I will, sorry, adjust the camera angle slightly so you can see. My Airfix planes, they're getting a bit beat up over here. Let me just move them out of the way. Getting a bit tangled up in the webcam wires there. Alright. There you go, that's a little bit of a better angle. You can see what I'm doing now. So still no comments. That's fine. Okay, that's looking fine now. Okie dokie. So, there's an edge here. A gap on the edge, I should say. Alright, so let's get the track that we need for this bit. And that includes the doorbell, apparently. I'll just get that. Live opening the door, how fun. Hello. Oh, washing. So, my wife. Okay, so points are on coffee corner. There we go. I only want the right hand point. Gonna stuff the wires down the hole. So this isn't final track positioning. This is literally just so I can accurately, or as near as I can, accurately mark where the track goes. Where the fuck aren't these going in this hole? You will go in, you little motherfucker. Come on, you little slut. Alright, I've got hold of something. That's what she said. Alright, let me just have a look underneath and see what's going on. Why is it not coming through? Is it blocked with something? No, it's literally just not going through the fucking hole. Okay. Okay, there we go. It's going through now. Oh, where's it gone? Woo! Come on. There we go. Alright. Where's the black wire? That one. Okay, so I'm not worried about the green wire. I can hang out the side for now and do its own thing. Oh, that's the wrong way. Nearly went catastrophically wrong. Alright. So I hope you can see that. Yeah, kind of. If that lamp wasn't in the way. There you go. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. What's the stream chat saying? Nothing. Surprise, surprise. You boring bunch of bastards. Right. I'm also going to need the three-way point and its little connecting piece. Oh dear. Just spilt all my track joints out of my track joint wagon. That wasn't very clever of me. You see, this is why you tidy everything off your baseboard before you start doing railway stuff. Lesson learned. Why is it nickel silver magnetic? It would make things so much easier. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now I've got to poke the wires through the hole like I did before. These ones should go in easier because it's a straight through hole. Yep, indeed they are. And then point load of power wire through the hole as well. Sorry, this bit's kind of boring. Oh, okay, there we go. Yep, point motor is in. And the little connecty bit. There we go. Okay, so that's that roughly in place. How's the stream chat doing? Oh, there we go. There's a few comments. And the educator says nothing. Thomas says sorry, doing some shunting. Oh, are you at your layout now, Thomas? Sorry, Nathan, but I do have a project to work on. Do you want me to sack you for calling boring bastards? No, thank you. Please don't fire me. So the context, for those that don't know, I am collaborating with Mark on a, Mark is MDH Games, by the way. Collaborating with Mark on a series we're doing together. That's the wrong bit of track entirely. Oh, where's my track plan? Let me consult that for a moment. Hang on. So 238, that's that bit there. And then that. And then a random straight section of track, which I can fill out with in a minute. So I need there we are. So these should all be ST235s. Yep. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like I need a rail joiner on there. Hopefully that lamp's not in the way, which it isn't. Jolly good. Come on, get on. Okay, so that's the main line. Okay. Sorry, chat. What's going on there? You're safe. Good. He isn't going to fire me. That's fantastic news. Alright. So I don't know if you can see or not. Just about. I'll angle the camera out that way slightly. And maybe do things out of shot. So let's connect. Come on. Cool, that's in there nice and tight. That's never going to lose connection. Bloody hell, fire. Now, I'm going to have to cut a few sleepers to size here because I'm using streamline points with set track, which is a slightly backwards way to do it, I know. So chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop. So that just lets the track join properly without interfering with anything. I just need to trim a little bit more off of this bit. In fact, can that whole little bit come off without breaking anything else? Things I don't know, and am kind of scared about doing. Yes, it can. Possibly that one as well. Let's see. See what happens. Nope, that's all fine. Jolly good. Oh, that's a nice tight fit. Okay. Nice tight fit. Alright. So. Let's make sure that that doesn't look like it's kinked. That looks fine, to be honest. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. So, where's my coach? There it is. And I need a pen. We'll use a red one this time, shall we? Okay, so same as I did before. Going to mark where the coach overhangs on the outside of the curve and also the inside of the curve on this bit. The same way I did before. That lamp is probably going to be in the way, so excuse me for a moment. I'll try and not obstruct the shot as much as I can. Okay. Okay, so I just had to concentrate while I was doing that so I didn't muck anything up. And I'll do that bit roughly freehand. So that bit isn't needed. Now I will do the innie bit as well. Is that on? Oh yeah. So I don't need to panic about this gap here, but I do need to panic about this one here. So have I got a straight bit? Yeah. I can just lay in place so I can overrun slightly. Like that. Okay. And then that will be a straight line going forwards. And whoops, we'll eventually meet up somewhere there. Okay, we're starting to make fairly good progress now. So I'll just have a quick break and see what another platform? What are you talking about? No. This is the gap where the river's going to be, Mark, down here. It's going to run from underneath the yard, and it's going to be piped. The river's going to be piped underneath the yard, and then it's going to appear out, and then like that. So I'll be drawing that on there as well at some point before I glue it down. But what I will do is, get off. Hopefully that's straight. Yep. Huh. Sorry, I'm just concentrating a bit. Oh, there's a lump there where my finger was. Okay, so that's marking out where the inspection pit needs to go. Have I got clearance? I should do. Oh yeah, there's back to clearance. Okay. Alright. So I need a couple of the curved points, the left-hand ones, which appear to be over behind the camera. Let me just grab the other direction just for a second. So there is logic to my madness over here, guys, just saying. Ooh, the river. I was going to say, yeah. So I was just using this upside down curved point to mark where the hole for the point ladder needs to be. That's all. Where's my Stanley knife? There it is. So there's going to be annoying polystyrene noise again, I'm afraid. But only for a little while. It's not a nice noise. Come on. Boring out holes in polystyrene. God, you lot will watch some boring stuff. Yeah. Get out. Come on. That's a tight fit. Not to worry. It's in. Ha ha ha. Alright. That needs to be lined up better. Okay. So connect that up there. And that's in there. I'm not sure on the line of this embankment on this side, you know. I think I'm going to remark it in a different colour pen. I think I may have held the pen in the wrong place. Oh no! Yeah, that is in the right place. Ah, okay, fine. It just looked a bit weird. Just my eyesight. Ah, fair enough. Heritage Valor Productions. Hello everyone. Hello! How you doing? How are you? Okay, where's the track plan? You see, this is why it's a good idea to draw or print one off, in my case, a track plan. That way you've always got it as reference, because I can never remember which side the points go on. So it's the outside of them. Okay. Pen? No. some cardboard on the floor, as you do. Okay, so there, across there. Okay. So, come on, Mr. Point. Up you come. Cool. Disconnect that for the moment. And then cut the hole for this point motor. Sorry for the noise again. It's not very pleasant, I'm aware. Heritage Railway says, I am good, thank you. How are you? Yeah, I am dandy, my sir. What are you up to, Heritage Railway Productions? Something interesting, maybe? How many viewers have I got? I've got 4. I dare say the viewer count will go up once I finish live streaming. It normally does. I don't know why. Maybe people have too bad an internet connection to watch. I'm not sure. To watch live, I mean. Has been known to happen. Ooh. Ick. Okay. So let's put all the track back in place. I still think it looks a bit weird over here. Yeah, you know what? Shut up, Bren. It'll be fine. And there we go. Push that down. That's not going down. It's because the hole's still too small. I'll get it right in a minute. Thomas Farmer says, got cold in the shed, so I've come back in. Heritage Railway Production says, I'm working on my exhibition layout. Exhibition layout, huh? That's cool. What layout is it? What name? What gauge? What do you run on it? Sounds interesting. So, oh, that completely missed. There we are. And that's that point in. They're not sitting exactly level, but that's fine because the once the glue is down and the weights are on top, they will kind of flatten out a little bit, level off rather. So, let's grab the track for the curves into the fiddle yard. It is not that one. It is this lot of weird odd little bits. I think I've got all of it here actually. That was rather good. I think. Let's have a look. So ST226 goes here. That's that one with an ST227 on the other end. A little something like that. And then this will go here. Yep. Clunk. And then ST231 goes all the way over here. Like that. So that hopefully, the laptop is in the way entirely. So, alley up. So you can see there the entrance to the storage loops. Yeah, so I will drill the holes for the point motor wires, and then I'll glue the boards, cut the foam where I need to, and then I think I'm going to call it a day because my feet are hurting quite a lot, and I need to eat some food. So I might be back tomorrow. I expect I'll probably carry on off camera, like in my own time. But I will do updates as and when I'm able to. So that's everything that's making sure that fits. That's everything that's okay there. So this sheet can actually be glued straight down now because I don't have to cut anything off it. I've done the point motor hole, so this can be this sheet can be glued straight down, which is excellent news. Okay. And then that will also then give us a good a good solid surface to butt the other sheets up to. I keep calling them boards. They're not. It's sheet polystyrene, not board polystyrene. So I'll have a look at stream chat. 00 gauge, Uxfield's original station, pre-grouping. That sounds really good. Heritage Railway Productions. How long have you been working on that for? A few years, I'd wager. I've left a screw in the end of the end of the glue. So I'm not too worried about how the glue goes on the boards for these sheets particularly. So that's in the right place, isn't it? Yes. I hope so. So I'll just pop a point in this hole just to make sure that it is in fact in the right place. Yep, that's fine. Can take that out and weigh it down where it needs to be so I can get this great big spare track box out of shot now. I expect you lot are rather happy that that's gone now. And I'll also, while I'm over there, drill the holes for the point motor wiring to go through. There's nothing underneath in the way. Nope. Somehow that was on number 1 drill speed then. I don't quite know how that happened. Now, here presents a problem. This point motor is directly above a piece of bracing. So I'm going to have to drill at an angle that way and hope it clears it. Yep. There we go. How far off was I? Ooh. About a millimetre or so off of that main joist. Alright. Perhaps I'll... Has that got any glue there? Oh, it does. Okay. Alright, that's basically more or less way down in place as it needs to be. So now I need to chop the necessary bits out of these boards. But first I need to continue that line, so I'm going to grab a straight edge, if I've got one. I can see one there. It's just a ruler, FYI, just a bit of wood, sorry, not a ruler. What's the stream chat say? Only a couple of months. So Heritage Railway says he's been working on his layout for a few months, but he's got most of the track down now. Well, that is good news. How big is your layout? Let's see how big your layout is. I expect it's quite a lot bigger than mine. This is 6 foot by 4 foot, this little layout here. So I expect your layout is much bigger than mine, potentially. So I'm going to continue drawing this line until it meets up with this red one. There we are. And then I'll hash line it like that. Now, I've glued that bit down, but I might just be able to get that little triangle out, hopefully, if I'm good enough with the hot wire cutter. So let's again dismantle the track that we don't need just yet. Put it over here. I'm going to keep these points where they are for now. They're a good reminder of where things need to go. Alright, so let's fire up the hot wire cutter again. Where's the power supply for it? Over there. So that should still be plugged in. Yes, it is. Jolly good. Okay, right, so while the little wand here heats up, so Heritage Railway Productions says, I think it's just over 8 foot. That's quite big. That's a lot bigger than this one. That's a few feet bigger than my one. So I guess, is that the length or is that the width? I presume that's the length of it. So decent sized layout, that. Good on you. That stinks. I'm going to move it out of the way a bit. I need to chair. The length, yeah. Good size. Excuse me while I choke to death. So with this sheet here, I'm a little concerned about the undulations because of this big blob of plaster in the way. So what I think I'm going to do is, as I said before, put some thin wooden shims underneath it. Here we go, here's one. So these are just like pine strippy things. And if I put that under there in the middle, it's too tall. Damn it. Well, that's kind of irritating. Okay, that's smoking like mental, so let's cut this bolt up. God damn, it's not a bolt! This sheet first. So there's quite a lot of cutting to do on these ones. So I'll angle the camera as best I can so you can see. You see my bed in the background there and the window. So I'm going to attempt to sit down to cut this one because there's a lot of it to do. And hopefully you can still see. Yep. Jolly good. So, can you see? Kind of. Good enough. So let's do the inspection pit first. Like that. And the other side. And then of course the end bit. There we go. I didn't quite go all the way through. There we are. So I'm going to take that off a little bit bigger than it needs to be. Okay. Hello. So this bit I want and this bit I don't. So what I'm going to do is chop this bit off here as best I can without choking to death on the fumes. So if you're using a hot wire cutter like this, you should be using it in a ventilated area. I don't have any other choice than to do it here. So, you know, do as I say, not as I do, as I've said before in this live stream. Hopefully you can see how easy it is to cut through with a hot wire cutter. It's a slightly slower process, I grant you. Oh, that just hit my chair then. I was not concentrating. It's a slightly slower process than using a like a regular knife or something like that, but it's much cleaner. You don't. There's a lot less mess to clean up afterwards because you're not leaving tiny little polystyrene balls all over the floor, for example, and you get to melt stuff. You know. That's the best thing about it. Oh. Okay. That was a big bit to cut off, that. Goodness me. Alright. So what I'm going to do, because I want these to stay at the same alignment, I'm going to leave a very small like joining piece between the track bed, the gap, and where the yard is. I'm going to leave it just a skinny bit like that, glue it down, and then once it's dry I'll cut that middle, that joiner piece out, the sprue if you will. So I don't get confused, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm going to start in the middle and then work my way out on the line. So I can just about see the stream chat from here. The width is probably 3/4 of your layout. So is I presume, sorry, that yours is an end-to-end style layout rather than a roundy one, unless you've got like second radius curves on it or something. Okay, so if I lift this up, you should be able to see the little sprue piece that I've left there that I talked about a minute ago. So hopefully it shouldn't snap off. Shouldn't do. Yep, there we go. This power supply keeps falling off, so I'm gonna sit on it a bit so it can't fall off again. Okay. And then I need to do the sprue again on this side. So there. Then go across this way. I'm sorry if you can't see a lot of this. Here we go. And then I'll go from there over as well. There's something quite satisfying about using a hot wire wand like that. I don't quite know what it is, but I like it. Right, so let's extremely carefully, cutting towards my genitalia, join this up, and then that middle bit should fall away, just like that. And then do the same thing again, leaving these two bits joined together by a tiny little polystyrene bridge bit. And there we go! Hooray! Alright, so before I turn this off, I'm going to grab the other sheet that I need to do. So I'll just close the laptop and put it out of the way. You can't see what I'm doing at the moment, but I'm coming back. Okay, so I've got the other sheet here that I now need to cut. It's my soldering iron stand on the floor. Alright, so same thing as I did before. Heritage Valve Production says yes, end to end. I thought it would be. Alright. So inspection pit. Go, and then you won't be able to see this bit very well, I'm sorry. Here we go, through there, snap it off. Excelente. Okay, so, oops. I've got a little skinny triangle here to cut out, and then one around there. And then I should be able to glue all of these boards, sheets, I keep saying boards, all of these sheets in place. Hopefully. There we go. So I'll glue these sheets in place, and then I will end the stream for the day, and I'll probably carry on off camera at a later date, possibly the rest of today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know yet. Hey! Okay. Now, there we go. So that's everything cut that needs to be. I'll just snap that bit off. Alright, so I'll adjust the camera angle again so you can see. Up over there like that. Whew, I tell you what, I'm half tired. So that goes, oops, there. That looks quite good actually, like that. So now I should be able to get away with not using any shims on this bit, like I said before, in theory anyway. But until I glue it down, I'm not gonna know. Okay, so I'll glue this middle bit in first, just because it's wait, what? That way. No. That way. Oh, God. I promised I'd get it eventually. Okay, so hopefully, like that, you can see, sort of see. I'm just going to test fit this in its hole. Oh, yes. Perfection. Slightly too big a gap, I can see now. But you know what? It fits. Who cares? Am I right? I'm probably right. Okay. Okay, so let's get this big slab glued in place first. I'm going to put the glue straight on the bottom of it. That way I know exactly where the glue needs to go. Okay. So that needs to flip over this way. Sorry, I'm not talking for a moment. I'm just trying to concentrate a teeny weeny little bitty bit, because it's important that I get these nice and flat, obviously. Otherwise, what would be the point of putting them down if they're not flat, you know? So this one over here is having a real tough time. So I expect that I'll be weighing it down a lot overnight. So no trains tonight, unfortunately. Okay. Let's just steal some heavy things to try and weigh that bit down with. Okay, so nearly put it the wrong way around. Another milestone. The last bit of scenic polystyrene sheet is in place. Ladies and gentlemen, and anything in between. How cool is that? Huh? Wicked. Okay, so what I'm going to need to do before I forget is cut the gap for the river to run underneath the railway. Oh, that was my hairdryer falling off, never mind. So, if I keep it in line with this strut bit here and have it curve round that way, maybe? Actually, no, I'll have it here. That way I can use this as a little bit of land. So I'll have it coming across here, under there like that. So I'll draw that on the board, on the plywood. So like that to there, and then there, and then under there, and then under there like that. Okay, so I'll have to do this quickly before the glue has a chance to set solid, obviously. Slightly wonky, doesn't matter. Okay, there. Lift that bit out. Way! Okie dokie then. Okay, I'm going to need to find lots of heavy things, and I'm going to need to find them pretty sharpish. So I'm just going to grab, I mean that's not particularly heavy, but it has a little bit of weight to it. I can always put things in it, like that, for example. So I am going to leave the stream here for now. So I'm just going to weigh bits down sort of as I go, as I see them. So that needs weighing down, that needs weighing down. Basically, anywhere there's track needs weighing down. The bits where there's scenery, it's not quite so important. Because the scenery doesn't need to be 100% flat. Boards wise, I'm running out of heavy things, so I'm gonna, that's good, I've got a jar of chinchilla sand. That'll be a good weight. That'll be a fantastic heavy lump of weight. That, bash, look at that, boff. Okay. Oh right. So live stream over. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry it was a little bit kind of jagged up a bit and a little bit out of sync in places, and I spent quite a lot of time just kind of whittering about nothing in particular. Sorry about that. I'm going to have a break, and then I expect I'll carry on after I've had a bit of lunch. It's dinner, sorry. It's 6:15 at night here in the UK. So I think that's a fair amount of progress for an afternoon, I think. It took a little bit longer than it normally would do because I was live streaming. That's not your guys' fault. That's not your fault. That was just me kind of randomly choosing to live stream. Very, very, very late decision that I made. That's my fault. It's not a reflection on you. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see me do something like this again, do let me know. I'm more than happy to do it again. I expect the next time that you see the layout, I'll have trains running, so perhaps I'll do a like a test running live stream. That might be something really fun to do. And yeah. Alright, my feet are killing me. I'm going to take my shoes off and have a break. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again another day. Bye bye.